Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into tonight's broadcast for the opening round of the 2017 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Racetech Suspension, live here on Star Systems TV. My name is Kellen Brauer, and I am joined with the one, the only Checkers, Chris Riesenberg, as we will be bringing you guys tonight's broadcast for the opening round of the series. And qualifying has just wrapped up, actually. And as long as you guys can see everything and hear everything good, then we are set to go. Taking a look at qualifying results, we have Tyson Fresquez topping the sheets in the 450 class over Dennis Fjellberg. Ben McLeod, Jeremy Smith, and Ryan Mahan in the 250 class. It was Colton Mitchell over defending champion Jeremy Seabolt, Finn Collins, and Rush Chapman, all right up there at the sharp end of the field. So we're going to get going racing here in just a little bit. Looks like you guys are just getting through the ads and you will be good to go. And we have, holy cow, 207 live viewers watching from who knows where. But this is awesome. So glad to have you guys joining us tonight. And we will get racing started in just a minute. Checkers, can you hear us?
Absolutely. I'm excited to kick off another season of Race Factory Gaming MotoOption Supercross. It's going to be awesome.
All right, so Chris is pumped. I'm pumped. We hope you guys are pumped. And again, just quick check in chat. If Chris is too quiet or loud at any point during the night, go ahead and fill us in. We'll be sure to turn him up. And if I'm too loud or quiet, or if you need anything changed, let us know in chat. We'll be sure to try to make those changes accordingly. But I believe UID grab should have already taken place by this point, or at least it's about to, with qualifying now in the books. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to go right into the 450 qualifying first, correct? Or 450 heat races,
I should know this, but I have not a clue.
All right, well, it looks like we're supposed to have 450 heat races going on here in just a minute. Those will go 5 minutes plus a lap, with the top four transferring to the main event. Then we'll move on to the 250 Supercross heat races, also going 5 minutes and a lap. Top 9 transfer right out of that to the main event. And then after that, semis, 450 semi 1 and 2, both 4 minutes and a lap. Top 5 transfer to the main out of that. All of the runners go to the last chance qualifier. 250 and 450 Supercross LCQs are both 3 minutes and a lap. Top 4 transfer to the main. That'll be our 22 rider field for both main events tonight. And then the 250 Supercross main event should kick off schedule-wise about an hour from now. It might be a little longer than that. 15 minutes plus 2 laps. That'll be the first 250 West Supercross race of the season. And then after that, the 450 Supercross main event, the first of 17 rounds this year, kicking off here at Anaheim. 20 minutes plus 2 laps, 22 riders, 22 of the best riders in the world going to battle here at the opening round of MotoOption Supercross. So glad that you guys could join us. We will get the racing going in just a moment. And while we wait for racing to get going, Chris, any thoughts about this track and how qualifying ran and anything like that that you want to add?
I'm just curious to see how the new qualifying format's going to affect the racing. A new track scale for this year, a lot of new things, new looking tracks and environments. We had some new people join the team that I think really stepped up the looks of the racetracks to bring something new and fresh into the 2017 season. And, of course, some new classes and the membership system making it to Supercross. It's a lot of newness. It feels fresh.
That's for sure. You also mentioned at the beginning there the new qualifying format. For those of you that may or may not be familiar with us here at Race Factory Gaming, these past 5 years, I don't think at any point we ever did limited qualifying for the pro events, for the replica series at least. It's been pretty much open qualifying. Everybody's had at least 24 hours, if not more often, at least 48 to 72 hours of qualifying on the track. This time, we gave the track out to them an hour ago and had them qualify their way into the program in just 1 hour. So the Fast 40 is really probably some of the 40 best players in the game who were able to learn the track very quickly and get themselves a spot in the night show tonight. So it could be a little bit different, as we may not see people as perfect on the track, maybe a little bit more mistakes coming out of the top guys. But it is something that we will keep an eye on through the evening, and certainly something that these guys aren't all that used to, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, a lot of the racers participated in some off-season events where we ran that similar qualifying format, and they've done it. But this is a higher level of racing. People take it way more seriously when we come into the replica series. It's 17 rounds, and I'm sure it will suit some riders and not others. And maybe we've seen a little piece of that with Fresquez coming out. He's always fast, not necessarily always your top qualifier, jumping to the top. He seems to really thrive in this format, and he's obviously been such a dominant player in MX Simulator that it could be something that really helps him even more, and actually could make more of a snooze fest for us, but let's hope not.
Well, qualifying did favor Fresquez in this format so far as we've seen it. He topped the timesheets. And for a while there, I was watching live qualifying as all the opening ceremony festivities were going down. He was the only runner actually in the 109 range. The only person that ended up in the 109s with him was Dennis Fjellberg for Verb Motos. So Fjellberg looking good tonight, but the consistency has always been a problem for Dennis. So I don't know. It's going to be tough to see if anybody will even challenge Fresquez at this pace. I mean, he's always really good at learning tracks very quickly and getting a pace down, and it seems like he's already got it perfectly set up for tonight with top qualifying honors.
For sure, and if it's any indication how the SX Madness series that used the same format was, as the night went on, there were other riders that started to get the track more dialed, and they closed that gap on Fresquez throughout the evening. He would start off the heat races, and we ran some special formats and stuff throughout there, and he'd be really strong early in the night. By the time main events came around, everyone had a lot more time on the track, and that gap was much smaller. Now, he was obviously still really good, but the other guys figured it out. And I think the longer into the series that we go, the more comfortable other people will get with this format, and the more dialed in they'll get.
Absolutely. So, again, we are just currently waiting on race event host Michael Wheeler to get the call going in chat and get these races underway. I think we should have UIDs already grabbed, as I mentioned. We're about 7 minutes past the hour. So
yeah, it looks like there was some type of a delay of some times not counting in a server. So they're looking into those issues. So it says UID grab on restart, so hopefully those issues are figured out.
All right.
I guess we will see.
Well, if he got all those issues figured out, judging by the pace that we were able to run through Supercross races last year, this could be a very quick program, back to back to back, as soon as this restart gets underway and we have UIDs grabbed. So sit back, hang on, and enjoy the next about 2 hours of some great action in MX Simulator. The best riders in the world on stage here for you at the opening round of MotoOption Supercross. Not much more else to say except for it's time to go racing, boys. I'm currently fulfilling a bet I actually made with my team, Chris. Interestingly enough.
That?
I bet them that I would take one shot for every rider that made it into the night show. So, got that out of the way early. Looks like 3 of them made it, so that's good. All right, so UIDs look to have been grabbed.
I had to do a quick battery change there, but I am back.
No worries. The crowd is all kinds of pumped on this track, man. They just keep taking so many photos. Like they're stoked. Up. Oh, I got woken up. Who's poking me? Well, apparently I'm supposed to take 4 shots. Okay. I only see 3 of our riders. That's okay.
All right, well, heat races appear to be posted. And real quick, before we get underway, I definitely want to thank the people that helped make the Race Factor Gaming Series possible here on SYS TV. And I guess we're going to wait till after heat race for that because we're restarting already. Heat race number 1.
All right, that should be...
We got the new timed format also.
Yeah, 450 heat number 1 should be right now on the line. So we'll see these guys in action for the first time, the stars of the show. And Chris, if you're in front of me on this one, I'm not loaded in yet. If you could give us a reel of who is in this race.
Peter Light, Prime Design Graphics, Spencer Turley, A. Tom Holm, Devin Davis, DX3, Brian Haskell, Vitamin Water, SYS Racing Yamaha, Trevor Dorian, Brandon Berg, Jesse Hindy, Jeremy Shipley, Matt Agate, Jeremy Cohenauer, Dennis Fieldberg, Tyler Schmidt, Reed Young, Kyle Robb, Dade Honeywell, Jeremy Smith, Daniel Mills, Chase Blakely, Russell Cruza. Round out your field. A lot of 250 Supercross champions. in this field.
All right, I finally loaded in.
We have
And
riders on the gate.
looks like
Looks
it
like
is a
Jeremy
stacked
Smith
field.
on the inside gate. Got
Kind of-
Shipley Rob right beside him. I'm going to have to get used to some new numbers as we go tonight.
I know. Here we go. The gate is ready to drop, and we are underway for the opening race of the series. This is heat number 1 of the 450 class. We're looking at Honeywell, but it's a bunch down the inside. Turley got to the corner first, but Smith was trying to take it away from him. Spencer Turley on the 49 takes the whole shot, and he is ahead of Burkeen and Fjellberg. It looks like they're, or no, that's actually
Mills is in the 2 spot.
Mills.
He's a great starter. And what's up, y'all? Spencer Turley checking in here into the number 1 ride on the number 49 machine.
We got a train of riders back there. Looks like Shipley and then Smith with Honeywell in tow as Fjellberg comes through. He's trying to get down the inside of Mills with Turley leading the way into the sand. All these guys look pretty comfortable on the track so far, at least through the first half. Fjellberg trying another inside line there on Mills. Might get passed by Shipley in the process as Shipley down the inside. Fjellberg whips it down underneath of him, but lands
Stays
it.
on 2 wheels, but Jeremy Smith going to slide by. Fjellberg going to triple up on his left side. They're bar to bar down the rhythm section they go.
All right, top 4 transferring out of this one, and the number 4 and number 3 machines going at it. Two of your 250 motocross champions, and Smith a 2-time 250 supercross champion, former winner of this Anaheim opener. They're all chasing Turley after 1 lap, though. 49 machine leads the way.
Tiger Designs, number 31, Daniel Mills, a solid performance going early on here, running in the 2 spot, getting that triple in from the inside. Going to case this triple a little bit, get sideways. Shipley quads up the inside.
Oh, we got a rider down. That's Honeywell. All right, so Turley is still holding off the advances from Mills, but Mills is down after the whoops. He gets a swap, and Smith hits him. Fjellberg also into it. Front end lock for days as Shipley slides through.
Versus PC, FamiMX.com rider Jeremy Shipley moves up into the 3 spot. Fjellberg settles into the 4 spot. Remember, top 4 go to the main out of this thing. Indy on the charge. The 292 making his return to sim racing and looking good in 5th, but he's 1 more spot, and now he's not going to do it. There, he's on the ground. Daniel Mills now is the oh man on the outside looking in.
Fjellberg in the final transfer spot, tailing Jeremy Smith on the 4 right now, and actually
not tailing him anymore.
Yeah, Smith trying to get around Shipley. Shipley gets through, and actually Fjellberg gets around Smith as well. So we got to change for the 3 spot. Number 3 and 4 on the track. Number 3 and 4 on their machines as well.
D Mills closing on these guys was they're battling. He is charging. He's showing some really nice corner speed. He's really working it on this A1 track. Looking fast, and he's bringing Dade Honeywell with him on the Prime Design Graphics, number 24.
Yeah, Honeywell getting up from that early fall. Coming through, getting the 3-4 in that first rhythm cleanly. These guys already picking up on that line, no problem.
Looking at the lap times, the man on the move in the field looks like he's sitting. Where did he go? Devin Davis is actually in a 114, faster than a lot of the guys in front of him. He's running in the 7th spot, but he's moving through the field right now on the 45.
Yeah, he's trying to run down Honeywell just off in the distance up there with Daniel Mills still in front of him. They're all outside of transfer, though. Still this man, Jeremy
Turley
Smith.
looking good.
Yeah, Turley is looking really well, and he actually qualified well tonight, too. I believe inside of the top 15. So good to see out of Turley getting the season started right here. Maybe even picking up a heat race win. We're at 3.5 minutes right now, and this one goes 5 minutes plus a lap. So at least 2 laps to go.
Oh, Mills is down, allows Honeywell into 5th.
And Smith and Fjellberg are giving each other fits right now for the 3 spot. Like Shipley was actually closing a little bit on Turley. But Turley able to stretch it back out.
$113.2. Shipley dropped her down to a 111.3 last time around. So turning on the afterburners a little bit. 112 for both Fjellberg and Smith.
Man, these guys are just absolutely freight training at the front. Turley responding really well to the pressure thus far given out by Shipley. And Fjellberg in tow, and a mistake from Turley is going to allow Shipley through for the lead. Is he going to hang on in the corner? Is Turley going to run him wide? No. Shipley to the front here at Anaheim.
Ripley, one of the OG fast guys. New team this year with the Versus PC FamiMX.com machine. Looking solid out in front here as he came through a lot of fast guys to get here on the 39.
And he just beat the 5-minute mark, so still 2 laps to go, as the 5-minute mark will pass in 3 seconds, and then it'll be the white flag next time by for these guys.
It'll be interesting to see. This heat's going to go for 7 or 6 laps, I guess, then.
Yeah.
7 laps. Am I losing my mind?
Shipley getting that 3-4 clean as Smith has now moved up to 3rd. Honeywell's up to 4th. We've lost Fjellberg, and he is nose wheeling in there. He's in 5th now. He's got to go get Honeywell here in the 4th spot.
He had that front end higher than a hippie.
So Honeywell has survived an early fall, goes into the gates there for a moment, but riding smooth. Otherwise,
battle's on for 2 spot right now. Smith putting the pressure on Spencer Turley. They're going to go outside and inside, split rhythms here.
They work out pretty evenly. Turley maybe getting a little advantage, actually.
Turley was going on-off quad. Smith, going over and then triple on-off. Smith's got a little bit of a run, looking for an opening.
Oh, almost into the back of him on that scrub. Really close action. Now Smith going to line him up around the outside. Will he try a cut under move here? Tries it. Almost contact. Side by side. They're rubbing number plates over the finish line. And now Smith down the inside. What a nice move. Is Turley going to get him back?
The drag race, and he's not able to capitalize. Jeremy Smith channeled his inner John Force and drag raced down the start straight to take the number 2 spot. Turley trying to look back on the inside.
Good racing here in heat race number 1 as Smith takes the 2 spot away from Turley. White flag out right now. And look at Honeywell closing in the background on the 24. He's not out of this battle here as Shipley's running away with it at the front. So here is Honeywell. Kind of all alone in 4th. Devin Davis is pretty far back. So he could cruise it in here, could Honeywell.
It's always a challenge just to make it into the Anaheim 1 main events. It's such a stacked field, so much hype and a lot going on. So a 4th is almost as good as a win here in the heat race, I would say.
And speaking of a win in this heat race, how about Jeremy Shipley for Versus PC in his debut ride for the team when he wins 450 heat number 1, going away from Jeremy Smith, who picks up 2nd. Turley will take 3rd, and Honeywell does cross in 4th. So that is your 4 riders going to the main event tonight. Everybody else headed to the semis.
Yeah, Devin Davis going to be looking for a little bit better start in his semi as he put in a great ride there to come all the way up to 5th. Fjellberg going to be in the semi. Daniel Mills after running up front early. Jesse Hindy also. We got a battle between Brian Haskell and Tyler Schmidt.
Yeah, Schmidt, but then Schmidt slides it down just for a gate pick in the semi, that really is. Or actually, it's going to split them up in semis right there, so.
Bragging rights as well.
Yeah.
Brandon Berg, Kyle Robb, Tom Holm, Russell Cruza, Matt Agnett's still circulating, Jeremy Cohenauer, Chase Blakely, the number 20.
Peter Like never left the gate. All right, people want me to turn up game volume just a tick, so I'm going to actually do that right now before I forget.
Well, I know one guy wants to tune me out, so that's probably why he wants the game volume turned up. He didn't like my cheesy jokes.
No? Alright, we will wait on cuts right now. That's what we're waiting on. See the official results, or unofficial at the moment. Top left-hand corner of the screen. As soon as cuts come in, they will be official.
It's unfortunate that some people don't want to have any pun. Why we have a break here between the heats as we let these guys finish up results finalized. Let's take a moment to represent our sponsors who bring you the racing action tonight. MotoOption clothing, title sponsor of the series, Racetech suspension and engines, Ride365.com, VersusPC.com, Tiger Designs, FamMX, Bentley Graphics, SYS TV, Moto Chasin, Meta, MX Simulator, Two Wheelers Graphics. Thank you so much for all your guys' support making this happen.
And cuts now official as Chris reels off the sponsors. Big thanks to all the Race Factor Gaming sponsors, of course. And Smith lost 2 spots. He dropped to 4th, but stayed into the main event. So Honeywell, Turley, Shipley, and now Smith in 4th going through to the main event. So on to 450 heat number 2 here at Anaheim. And we should see the big number 1 of our defending champion Tyson Fresquez in this one as well as a few other stacked riders in here, I'd assume.
Yeah, we got Race Carlin, the General, Nick Uzik, Jeremy Henners, Ivan Medina, Matt Burkeen, Zach Dupuis, Chase DeSalle, Toby Stocks, Jared Sidoff, Jesse Mullins, Mike Strelo, Kevin Ferzaka, Fresquez, Andrew Wood, Ben McLeod, Matt Cromie, Yannick Mueller, Luke Heberlein, Samuel Bergeron, Ryan Mahan, I believe rounds out the field.
Oh, it's a drag race. A lot of riders
Dupuis
going down
from the outside, but gets punted over the corner.
I can't switch to whoever's getting the whole shot. There he is.
Into the number 1 spot.
Who would have thought?
Mullins in the 2 spot. Ben McLeod 3rd. We got 3 of our fastest qualifiers, 1, 2, and 3 right now. Race Carlin, the General. He retired last year, but he's still racing somehow.
Man, shout out
in the 4th.
Shout out to A-Wood for just throwing down on the triple first lap. I like it. But how about this battle for the lead between our 2 champions from last year? Mullins, your outdoor champion, off the track already, getting passed there by the 63 of McLeod, and Mullins hits the deck.
Got a lot of work to do now. So let's see what McLeod can do with Tyson Fresquez. Ben is one of the best hot lappers in the world. Fresquez is one of the best racers in the world, but no slouch going fast either.
And McLeod is on a bit of a dry spell in terms of winning one of these things. No wins yet for the 63 machine. Awfully fast, but not up there yet. Trying to run down Fresquez here in the heat race. Early on action here. The opening round of MotoOption Supercross.
Watching this first turn, looks like these guys are going to hug the bales tight. Carlin going to go all the way out to the outside to get a run here. I feel like that corner is going to provide a lot of action this evening, as well as the section before the Supercross triple. A few different rhythms being used.
Speaking of action, 4th place is where it's at right now, as teammates A-Wood and Kevin Ferzaka going at it for the final transfer spot, but Chase DeSalle in the 34 trying to close in on those guys. I think a DX3 rider. Yeah, that's Strelo in the background with Henners down the inside. Look at this train of riders. Mullins is also coming through with Dupuis in the background. Oh, it's almost contact. These guys are all going at it.
Dupuis going to triple up into the pack. Remember, he got taken down on the start, and he collects himself with Mullins. It's a 69 in the corner.
So Strelo survives, as does Mullins. They're still trying to catch Andrew Wood, who's in the last transfer spot right now. He's just throwing down at every chance.
Having some fun. There's a little sand section on the track, but this is... Oh, just as I start to talk about Southwick, A-Wood goes over the berm. So Kevin Ferzaka is going to take over the number 4 spot, but DeSalle right there still on the Prime Design graphics. Ride trying to chase down the Tiger Designs number 61 of Ferzaka. That's the last transfer, and we're about... At the end of this lap, we'll probably be halfway through this thing.
Yeah, these guys are actually... It's really close lap time-wise. If the leader isn't going fast enough, they may have one less lap in this heat race. We saw in that first heat race, those guys were all flying that whole heat race, and yet they still only got 6 laps and just barely got it.
Yeah, Tyson ran a 110, so I'm guessing that we very well will get 6 laps once again. McLeod is also ripping in the number 2 spot with a 111 early in this heat. Those guys got out to good, clean starts. The General, Race Carlin, also riding for that Versus PC FamMX team, and looking good. I don't know how much we're going to see him racing this year. He wasn't planning on racing.
Right.
And wanted to focus on making these tracks look good, which a lot of the decal work is done by him.
Well, it's good to see him actually racing this one, and doing so well at that, too.
Yeah, you're obviously not a slouch having that permanent number 12. Battle for 4th still. DeSalle just stalking Kevin Ferzaka. Great performance by Ferzaka being up in the mix here. Quite an improvement, I would say, in the last year for him. He's one of the more improved riders in the series. Oh. And DeSalle's down. Yeah, Henners now.
So here comes Henners through, or at least trying to get through. Yeah, now into the 5 spot. Ferzaka has a pretty comfortable gap to work with, as long as he stays on 2 wheels. So far, so good. And battle up front as Fresquez getting caught a little bit now by McLeod for the race lead.
Had to have made a mistake unless McLeod is laying an absolute burner down, as Fresquez ran a 109 last time around and only a 111.1 for McLeod. McLeod is all over him now.
So does McLeod get aggressive here? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. These guys did make it through and actually made it through a little bit faster than those other guys. They're about 4 seconds ahead of the last heat race. So that might matter TRT times for the main event gate pick. Fresquez getting the 3-4 clean. McLeod not getting it, losing more time. Ooh, another mistake by Fresquez. And McLeod almost contact, and Fresquez is down. McLeod to the race lead.
Gonna allow Carlin into the 2 spot as well. Verzaka is down in 4th. That is going to open the door for Jeremy Henners on the Vitamin Water.
Ooh, but he OJ's the triple. He's off the track. Verzaka is getting up, but not up in time as Henners goes through. And Verzaka's down again. I don't know what he hit, but he just high-sided.
Oh, Mullins runs right into him. Yannick Mueller goes through now into the 5 spot. Gives Henners a pretty decent gap. If he can keep it on 2, he can find himself into this main event.
Looking smooth right now. It is lap 5.
Oh, McLeod is down in the last turn.
And here comes Carlin.
The heat race win to race Carlin.
1 lap to go. Oh. White flag in the air for Carlin now. So McLeod now has Fresquez trailing him closely. And Fresquez a little mistake. Man, this is going to tighten up real quick. Carlin might be getting tense out front. Not expecting to be in this situation. McLeod down in 2nd, so Fresquez through. Getting a little out of shape in the whoops, but a good save. Through the sand. Looks like no problem so far for Carlin up front, but Fresquez is pushing. He wants to get a better gate pick for this main event. Now closing in, you see that bright red machine up in front of Fresquez.
Wow, Fresquez's corner speed's intense.
It's unbelievable to see these guys ride at this pace. And here we go, 2 corners to go, coming down the whoops one more time. It's either going to be Carlin or Fresquez. Fresquez comes in but goes down. Race Carlin wins 450 heat number 2. And Fresquez should get up in front of McLeod still. That's a lapper. McLeod is going through, and Henners has Mueller closing. Mueller down, so Henners got to get through the whoops clean. Gets it, and Jeremy Henners stamps his ticket to the main event tonight with a 4th out of this.
And a nice transfer as well over the berm. I think he's one of the guys benefiting from this qualifying format. He doesn't try hard during the week, and so being able to just show up and race and have equal time on the track, I think benefiting the number 14 of Jeremy Henners. Probably also benefiting your heat race winner, Race Carlin. And I know you're probably tired of hearing the Versus PC Fam next thing, but they are both series sponsors and good buddies of mine. And for them to win both heat races, what a way to bring a new team into the series.
Yeah, how about it? Stocksy not going through, Dupuis not making it, Bergeron, Burkeen is a big shock in this one, way back here actually. It looks like he's going to get 17th behind Bergeron. Something must have happened to Matt Burkeen in that heat race. Seidhoff, your 250 outdoor champion from last year, also not going through, as well as Usyk, who tries to bust a nice double back over the line.
Cuts are in, top 4 stay the same. A lot of championships not making the main event.
Wow, that's crazy. I see some stacked semis coming up here in a moment, but I'm going to turn you up just a smidge, Chris, because I feel like you're a little bit quiet. So I'll turn you up.
Turn up for what?
At least I can't hear you, so I just want to make sure I can at least. All right.
All right, we're going into 250 West Supercross Heat Race number 1.
Man, shout out to all 227 people watching the stream right now. This is awesome. So great to have all you guys watching us live. Of course, playback will be available tomorrow morning on YouTube.
Craig Leak, Brandon Hedge, Clay Alfrey, Austin Eklund, Jordan Moxey, Alex Heckman, James Schuler, Nathan Zaworski, Devin Ryan, Jack Fowler, Bryce Whelan, Jeremy Siebold, Jonathan Hughes, Doug Oakley, Brock Pearson, Zoa Cross, Jack Zars, Matthias Janis, Thomas Wilcox, Holden Coate. Round out your field for the Heat number 1 250 West class. I believe there's a big number 1 on the inside gate.
I may not load in on time. It's going to be close.
And the gate is about to go down right.
Wow,
now.
That was like perfect timing. I'm on board with Craig Leak as we go into turn 1, and he's got a pretty good start.
Bryce Whelan on the 2-stroke, going to use that 2-stroke power to get into the hole shot, but he's going to get passed up by Craig Leak.
How about that? Just one random person I click onto. Craig Leak grabs a hole shot, but immediately coughs it up. And then some chaos as Wilcox
is dead last right now. Your number 1 defending champ. Flashbacks to last year when your number 1 rider didn't even qualify for the main event.
Wilcox to the lead over Hughes, Fowler, Ryan, Janis, Zars, Eklund, Zaworski in here on the 252 stroke. Whelan down the inside of Zaworski makes the pass. And we got Zoa Cross also in the mix. Remember, 9 go to the main event out of this one, and Zaworski currently in the final transfer spot as we run, but it's very early runnings. Some riders going down, actually. Can't see who that was. That's Janis off the track.
Give a shout to 5th place rider, Moto Chasing rider, Jack Zars, stepping up out of the amateur class into the pros. He's making his rookie debut tonight. Running in a qualifying spot as he gets cut off by Whelan, who was down on the start and already up to 5th. That just shows how much chaos is going down in this 250 class early on.
All right, over the line, lap 1, and Wilcox leads the way. He actually had to deal with Hughes there for a second, but Hughes about to get past. Maybe not. Devin Ryan tries an outside line. Gonna get a run.
Ryan gonna try to triple up, I believe.
No, thinks better of it.
Bryce Whelan looking like a man on a move right now on the BGFX Bentley Graphics number 67.
Oh, he's down. He got into the back of that was, well, Hughes is down too. Hughes down in the U-turn there, and a bunch of riders sliding through. Holy cow! Look at this! Look at this train of riders in the whoops, including your defending champion Jeremy Siebold.
He sits on the hot seat in 9th. Now he's in the 8th as Whelan was down yet again.
And
so Whelan.
Siebold got into the back of Zaworski and went down, and now there's another rider that's crossed down in the sand. Chaos everywhere you look here in this 250 class. Up front, Wilcox, red wheels on the TM Factory Racing machine, leading the way here.
Devin Ryan, relax attire, runs in the number 2 spot. He's about 2.5 seconds back, and his internet is less than amazing. Good thing his riding is making up for it, I guess. Jack Fowler, Mad Cape, runs in 3rd. And Jack Zars up to 4th, but he's got Eklund from Delb Lifestyle all over him on the 241.
Behind that, Zaworski. Then your champion Siebold runs 7th. Return of Clay Alfrey in the server here. He runs in 8th, holding off Craig Leak. And this battle for the final transfer spot is going to be crazy with these riders.
Definitely. We have Leak, Whelan, Hughes, Moxey, and Pearson all right there, trying to get onto that last transfer spot. The 32, that's Devin Ryan, I believe, that was off the track.
Well, Zaworski was down
all the way to 11th.
And Whelan went through. I believe Zaworski now has the last transfer spot.
He does, but he's about to lose it.
Oh,
no, he's not.
Somebody got stuck on the wall there. Oh,
Zaworski though
down
slides out in the sand. So who wants this spot? Devin Ryan trying to take it from Jordan Moxey. All kinds of sketch going on. Pearson goes
off
through.
The track. Ryan down. Moxey just getting up from a fall. Zaworski goes through again. And
Zaworski 10th.
Yeah, Pearson in the last transfer spot.
Now he's making a mistake, cuts through the bales. That's going to be a timing gate. So Zaworski going to have to stay close for cuts.
And ahead of this, we have a 3-rider battle, looks like, going on here between Whelan, Leak, and Alfrey. This is for the 6th spot. These guys looking like they're only going to get 5 laps.
I would think so. The 450 guys just barely getting that 6 lap mark, and these guys not running the lap times. Holy crap, Craig Leak just absolutely destroys Whelan. Whelan somehow jumps back on the track in front of him. They're doubling the triple, allowing Brock Pearson to get right up on them, bringing Zaworski and Cross with them.
Oh, Cross in the back of Zaworski. Moxie through.
Interesting. The 450 guys didn't seem to have any troubles with the limited qualifying time or the track. These guys struggling a little bit, making a lot of mistakes here in the 250 class.
So let's take a look back up front
again.
Whoa,
new leader.
Yeah, change of the lead as Jack Zars.
What's up, rookie?
Debut ride for the Moto Chase 718 machine. And he's leading the way around here. 250 heat number 1. White flag.
Legit looking setup on top of that. That thing looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Jeremy Siebel climbing from dead last in the first rhythm on the start up into the 2 spot, and he's not done there yet. He's going after Jack Zars right now, getting that triple on the 250, quadding up after it.
What?
Prime Design number 1. Jeremy Siebel is dialed in right now.
That's ridiculous. On a 250F, he's getting that line. If you can't do that, you should just go home, because he's gonna win the main event tonight with that. Are you kidding me?
I think Peter's gonna lose his locomotive title because Siebel is on rails at the moment.
Last lap here. It's gonna be the rookie Zars versus the experienced veteran and now champion Jeremy Siebel. Going for the win here in 250 Heat 1. Who's gonna take it? Zars holding tight. Looking good, responding to the pressure well. Little mistake there, but Siebold made pretty much the same mistake. Zars short on the
triple, goes
down
inside.
The inside. Zars cuts back underneath. He's got a good line, but I think Siebold has a better one through the whoop. Zars piles it in. Siebold runs him wide to the line. And Siebold by .023 over the line. It could come down to cuts on that one. Holy cow. Fowler and Alfrey with Whelan going over. Leak to the main. Eklund also going through. Pearson in 8th. And Wilcox with all sorts of chaos going on around him should get 9th.
Wow, Wilcox led almost that whole race. Ends up with the last transfer spot. So holy cow.
Heckman, Hughes, Zaworski, Cross, Oakley, Coate, Schuler, Hedge, Moxie, Janis, Ryan not going to the main. How about that finish, though? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and props to Siebel not running him over the berm and instead just gets up into him just a little bit and then drag race down to the finish line.
That was awesome.
Epic stuff.
Hopefully we'll see a lot more of that tonight, because this was some good racing here in this 250 heat race. And we saw some great racing in the 450 heat racing too, so these guys are all sorts of fired up tonight.
Attaboy to Stephen Barrington on the track building part, allowing for some killer racing. Looks like we can get a replay and chat with the clip.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can load that on your stream, but
I don't have chat open on my browser, but that's awesome. Woo! All right, and they didn't have cuts either. Both him, Siebold here, and Zars. No cuts on either side there. And 3rd, Fowler. 4th, Alfrey. 5th, Whelan. 6th, Leak. 7th, Eklund. 8th, Pearson. And 9, Wilcox, all going to the main event. No change there for any of the top 9. Sending a lot of guys into a already quite stacked last chance qualifier later tonight.
oh yeah, and there's only 4 going out of that. So heat race number 2, more action right meow. MotoOption Supercross presented by Racetech 2017 live on SYS TV. We got Jeff Cooper, MGX, Finn Collins, Chase McDonald, AJ Green, Clint Martin, Dominic Tiberino, Brock Pappy, Sean Klein, Colton Mitchell, your fast qualifier, Skyler something or another, Brush Chapman, Justin Harper, Roy Mitchell, Dominic Saulnier, Zach Prokop, Cale Simmerock, Cody Daw, Edward Mora, Josh Williams, Dylan Copeland rounds out your field, I believe, as the gate is down to turn number 1.
and I haven't loaded in yet because these people have huge
Justin Harper goes wide. Edward Mora takes the spot. Number 2's Rush Chapman. He was a fast qualifier as well. Riding for Moto Chasing is in your 2 spot. Josh Williams, Justin Harper riding it. Wow, he's riding a 4-stroke. He's one of our 2-stroke warriors. Figured with them being allowed in this class, he'd be on one, but he is not.
Ooh, leader down, and it almost caused a fat pileup. Chapman in the lead.
Holy battles going on. Justin Harper into the number 2 spot. Next Level Racing, number 711. Jeff Cooper runs in the 3rd spot.
Man, intense action all going on at the front. Almost some collisions
Chase
there.
McDonald there. And he's about Larry Loop out.
He's
taking a dirt nap.
Good save. Terrible track re-entry, but good save.
We'll let this thing sort out a little bit as Chapman
cruising.
Sorting himself out to a 4.5-second lead after lap number 1. Number 13, number matching his age, Rush Chapman.
Harper sits 2nd, Mora 3rd, Klein 4th, Pappy 5th, McDonald 6th, Mitchell 7th, Martin 8th, and Prokop 9th. These guys are all quite separated right now from Josh Williams, who's bringing with him Colton Mitchell, who was your fastest qualifier.
Mitchell, another one of the Versus PC FamMX riders, was ripping in qualifying, so let's see what he can do going through the field here. Obviously, a hitter with the number 10, not a single digit, but a number 10 is pretty fast, I would say.
Wow, how did he survive that? He just got pinched in that corner. Just slid right through.
Tiberino allowed back in the 250 class this year. The point-out rule changing up a little bit, taking full advantage, trying to chase down a championship here. But first, he's got to chase down a transfer spot to the main event.
Man, look at all these riders stacked up here. Multiple lines being taken, almost some contact, some guys going off the track as Tiberino's coming through. That is Cody Daw casing the triple and going down. Chase McDonald taking the Jeff Alessi line.
All kinds of chaos here around the last transfer spot. Dominic Tiberino on the outside looking in. He's got to get around Prokop. Mitchell and Mitchell running 7 and 8 right now.
Roy Mitchell and Colton Mitchell, no relation. Here is Tiberino, though, on Prokop, already trying an inside move. Prokop leaves the door wide open and ends up casing the triple in, so no help there for going all the way outside.
Checking in at the front, the battle for second is intense right now between Edward Mora, Justin Harper right now. Currently has the spot. Mora trying to take it, makes a little mistake, gonna drop some time.
Trying not to leave this battle for the last transfer spot as Tiberino gets punted. That was Finn Collins giving him the Aussie lag, and then someone's face planted on the ground. That's the 35 of Roy Mitchell. So Collins now in the last transfer spot. Yeah, Tiberino, whoa, Collins with some serious internet issue. Collins, right out of Australia, put Tiberino way over the wall with his classic Australian lag internet.
And we are about, what, half hour into the broadcast when Kellen brings up his first Aussie lag reference.
Yeah, buddy, you knew it was coming. You can't put this much alcohol in me and not expect me to say that. All right. It's pretty settled at the front. Pappy 5th, Martin 6th, Mitchell 7th now. Prokop runs 8th. McDonald moving up into the 9th spot. Tiberino now 10th. Cimaroc is 11th. Mitchell gets up from his crash. He is 12th. Collins 13th. Copeland way back here in 14th. Skylar, that's Skylar Kramer. AJ Green, Dominic Saulnier, Cody Daw, Josh Williams. Very surprising to see him way back here in 19th. And Jeff Cooper bringing up the rear right now.
At the front of the field, Rush Chapman continuing to lead the way. And he's going to come across at 4:58, so he is going to get a 6-lap heat in. Interesting.
Yeah, so I guess that would mean automatically whoever wins this heat gets first gate pick.
Yeah, depending on how Wheels has the site coded, but that's the way it should work.
Yeah. Chapman's looking pretty good, though.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, we saw the 450 guys struggling to barely get into that, under that 5-minute mark, and Chapman just did it on a 250. And, I mean, that setup looks more than good. That thing looks legit. I can't say enough about that thing.
Motor chasing
Oh, Harper.
Ooh.
Just got up, so he's got Mora all over him. Pappy right there. Mitchell.
Saw Klein on the 74 go down in the background there.
Battle for second is a freight train right now. Justin Harper, though, bringing his A game into the 2017 season. Looking good here in this heat race, but he's going to come up short. What's that going to do to him? Mora going to make the move. Pappy going to get it as well.
Triple in from Pappy with Mitchell in tow. Harper collected in between, and they're all over the back of Mora, and Pappy almost faked out of it.
Mitchell about caught 3 at the same time, gets by 2 of them
now.
Oh,
Harper torpedoes down the inside of Mitchell.
And then torpedoes himself to the ground in the whoops. So Clint Martin going to capitalize. Sean Klein goes through. There goes Pappy, Prokop, and Tiberino. Oh, that track re-entry by Harper. No bueno. Almost took Prokop out. Battle for the last transfer spot. But Tiberino has it, and it has a 4-second gap over Cale Simarak and Roy Mitchell.
And Tiberino is showing a wheel there on the 79 of Prokop, who's getting that triple in a little cleaner this time.
The story has to be the 13 of Rush Chapman with a couple straightaways to go, a 17-second lead in the heat race. Absolutely looking dialed in on the lucky 13.
All right, so Chapman looking smooth like you said, through the whoops one more time, and he will turn it around after lapping some people and win 250 heat number 2 here, and steadily so. Mora holding on to second, Mitchell in third, Martin is fourth, Klein is off the track, so Pappy moves into the 5 spot, Klein back to 6th.
Oh, check out 9th right now.
8th, Prokop down in 9th, is going to hand the spot to Simarak.
Ben Collins trying to come through, though. A lot of racing left. They're going to get together, and their out-of-transfer spot's going to give a little breathing room to Cale Simarak.
Simarak got to get the whoops clean, and looks like he does. To the main, Simarak goes, so Moto Chasing caps the end pieces here in the transfer spots, 1 and 9. Finn Collins going out to the LCQ. Prokop, Mitchell, Green, Daw, Cooper, McDonald, Copeland, Skylar Kramer, and Saulnier, and Josh Williams having a terrible heat race. Not sure what went on there.
That'll set your heat races for the 250 class. We're going to get ready to transfer over to some 450 semi-action, where we'll be taking the top 5 to the main events.
Yep.
And those will be 4 minutes plus a lap, I believe, right?
Yes, they will. So 5 to the main event, 4 minutes plus a lap. We'll have 2 of those. Then we will only have the LCQs and the mains left to go. We are rushing through the program here tonight, the opening round of MotoOption Supercross.
I'll take a quick breather. I'll be right back.
All right, Chris will return shortly. And we're going to keep you guys pumped and ready to go here for the semi-racing action here in just a moment. All right, now we are just waiting. There is the semi-list and the several large names associated with that list. Good to see all 225 of you in chat tonight. This is awesome. Not quite our record on stream here, but still it is just so cool to have so many people joining us here for the opening round and consistently staying too. You guys have not touched that URL bar one bit through heat racing action now. We'll have semis, LCQs, and mains. We have got 6 great more races on hand tonight, including that huge 450 main event to open the season. The 6th season for RaceFactoryGaming.com to host this series. So
450 semi number 1, Ryan Mahan, Peter Like, Tom Holm, Luke Haberline, Brian Haskell, Brandon Berg, Mike Stravo, Matt Agate, Chase DeSalle, Jared Seidhoff, Toby Stocks, Dennis Fieldberg, Ivan Medina, Chase Blakely, Jesse Hindy, Samuel Bergeron. Those are your riders that'll make up 450 Heat semifinal number 1.
All right, we've got quite a stacked list of riders and only 5 spots on lot to go to the main event tonight. So let's see what happens. It's time to go 450 semi racing.
Gate is down and into turn number 1 we race.
It's Fieldberg with Haskell around the outside and a Kawasaki down the inside. Not sure who that is. That's Adam Holm, actually. And he cases the triple in, a little out of shape. Guy's getting all kinds of frisky back here. Some contact. Riders getting stood up.
That's a 47 rider pile up in turn number 2.
No kidding. Fieldberg has got a good-sized lead already on Stocksy in second. Toby Stocks, the rider out of Australia. OG.
Seidhoff runs in the 3rd spot. 2-time Supercross champion Brian Haskell runs in the 4th spot. And Adam Holm holds the last transfer with Chase DeSalle right behind him. DeSalle looking inside. And makes the move.
Yeah.
Holm almost gave it to him, it looked like. He didn't really push the issue from the outside there.
Well,
trying to keep it on 2 early in the race.
Yeah, that could be a good move for Holm instead of trying to force the issue early on. Let these guys kind of battle it out amongst themselves up here. There's still a very tight-knit group of people as DeSalle's already going after Haskell on the 371, your former 2-time Supercross champion here. And DeSalle out of shape in the whoops, but wow, good job to save it. Let's see if he tries anything. Down the inside, really far inside on Haskell.
Fieldberg trying to check out front. The action right now is definitely for the 5th spot. Holm triple singles to the inside. Still, he's being patient.
Yeah.
Maybe a mature Atom here?
Is Blakely closing in on him with Hindy and Heberlein?
Heberlein. Patience pays off as both Haskell, and that moves him all the way, Atom all the way up to the number 4 spot. Blakely now in 5th with Hindy all over him.
Yeah, that was DeSalle going down on the 34.
Oh, Hindy's down.
Blakely sends it off the wall.
Mahan goes into the 6th spot, chasing Blakely down for that last transfer.
Oh, we got another rider just getting up from a crash coming from off the track. That is
Seidhoff.
the 17 of Seidhoff. Mahan goes through. Blakely, Holmes, Stocksy, and Fieldberg running away with this thing right now on to lap number 3. This one is 4 minutes plus a lap, so these guys may get 5 laps in. Ooh, Mahan trying to shut the door on. That was Blakely, and Mahan just drove himself into Alex Effort's pole there. And teammates as Mahan just takes out Heberlein before the finish line. I'm not too sure Heberlein's going to go back to the semi-truck. Too happy about that one.
Seidhoff trying to make the move into 4th, but he has to be careful here as he has a transfer spot right now. Cross jump Carl comes in. Oh, Atom's down.
Atom back to that last transfer spot now. Up front, change for the lead. Fieldberg down, Stocksy to the lead. And Fieldberg's going to get going right in front of that train of riders with Holm right there in the background. Final transfer spot. Berg slides out in the sand. He is down, so the top 5 have a lot of breathing room to work with now if they so choose to use it.
Yeah, and Mahan and Heberlein were actually laying on the ground together as well. What the heck is Heberlein doing? He like went off the side of the track for a second.
Tough night for the split fire guys so far. May get a lot tougher if they have to go through the LCQ. As Stocksy was down off the track, he gets going completely sideways. That was just a horrific track reentry. And then he punts Sidehoff. No disrespect for human life out of Toby Stocksy tonight. And Fjellberg goes to the front. Not too sure what all that was about. So Fjellberg in front of Blakely, Holm, and Stocks now in the 4th spot. Berg is 5th, Mahan is 6th, Haberline 7th. Sidehoff must have had another fall off. He's all the way back to 8th. That was unbelievable. I don't know what caused Stocks to be so upset there with Sidehoff.
Stocks was just down, and then Mahan went down as he made the move, so Stocks goes back into 5th. Eberlein sits in the number 6 spot. Regardless how this works out, there's going to be some fast guys going to the LCQ.
No kidding. So Stocksy seems to have regrouped from whatever Sidehoff did to frustrate him. He's got to hold off Heberlein now. And Sidehoff as well. Mahan's still back here with Strelo giving him a bit of a look. Mahan 4th in the series last year would definitely feel left out to miss the opening round of the series. White flag in the air for your race leader, however, Dennis Fjellberg still has Blakely giving chase. No real change at the front though. Holmes still all alone in 3rd. Berg has a solid 4th going, and Stocks should make it through in 5th. Although Heberlein's going to give him the best chase that he can. We'll go on board with the number 28 machine for a moment, but that's all that we're going to do with that because he's on the ground right now.
Hello, huge gap for Stocksy. Down though. Alright, so now DeSalle and Heberlein battling. Are they going to get up to Stocks?
And Mahan also in the background. And Stocks is just getting going as DeSalle passes Heberlein. Up front, meanwhile, Fjellberg is cruising. We'll just leave it at that. That is who is going to win this race for sure. But we'll keep an eye on Toby Stocks. Is he going to make it into the main, or will he fall to the pressure? Fjellberg takes the win, semi number 1. Oh, that was Mahan facing the wrong direction on the track.
Yeah, and Heberlein went down as well. So Stocks is going to be home free now, as long as he can just get through this last set of whoops cleanly.
All right, well, I will leave it on Stocks. I will be right back, though, Chris.
All right. Stocks going to go across, grab that last transfer spot, do a nice transfer onto the wall, and go park himself on the starting gate. Looks like leading everyone to the LCQ in this semi will be Brian Haskell on the Vitamin Water SYS Racing Yamaha. Mahan, DeSalle, Sidehoff, Strelo, Heberlein, Bergeron, Agate, Medina, Peter the Locomotive Like, Jesse Hindy will all be going into that LCQ. Open night sign-up should be coming up here in the next day or two for Sunday night. Remember, we're going to 3 nights of racing this year. We have Amateur Night coming up tomorrow night. The Tiger Designs Amateur Supercross Series presented by FamMX. And hopefully Kellen gets back soon, because 450 Supercross Semi number 2 is on the line. On the line right now we have Daniel Mills, Yannick Mueller, Matt Cromie, Andrew Wood, Devin Davis, Kevin Ferzaka, Trevor Doran, Jeremy Cohenauer, Tyler Schmidt, Jesse Mullins, Reed Young, Kyle Robb, Zach Dupuis, Matt Burkeen, Russell Cruza, Nick Uzik. Round out your field, the gate has fallen.
And into turn 1, I picked a good person to look at. Mills makes it to the corner first, and he gets the hole shot as well.
Teammate Matt Burkeen runs in the 2 spot. Guessing we're going to see some front flipping.
Let's see. Burkeen? Nope.
No, he's
Serious
letting
business.
me down. Tiger Designs teammates 1-2. Tyler Schmidt, your 250 East Coast defending champion, runs in the number 3 spot. Jesse Mullins, your defending outdoor champ, runs in 4th. And Andrew, the Southwick King Wood, runs in the number 5 spot, another Tiger Designs rider. So they have 3 of the 5 transfer spots going on right now in this semi early on.
Holy freight train at the front, though. Different lines going into this triple. Keane looks like he may have gained a little bit of time, actually, on Blakely. Schmidt right there in tow. Mullins has all kinds of pressure from Wood. Then Young gets held up in the corner with down. Oh, Burkeen down in the middle of the rhythm. Gets up, though, and somehow pops that little lip off to get down. I don't know how he got that cleanly.
He's got some work to do with that number 8. Single digit, you know he's legit. But Daniel Mills getting nerdy, nasty out front. The Tiger Designs guys are definitely trying to win style check tonight.
Well, it's hard to say that, though, when Burkeen's not even front flipping. I mean, come on. Oh, Mills is going to somehow save that. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? I thought for sure he was going to go down, but he just got over that lip. Pulled a little bit of a
used a coupon with all that saving.
No kidding. It's got Schmidt trying to cut underneath of him. Mills does a cut under himself. Now Schmidt trying to find an inside line here with Mullins also taking it. Whoa.
I thought he was going to be able to sneak through there. Not quite able to get it done. But Tyler Schmidt getting ready. He's going to have to move to this 450 class full time next year. But right now, battling for a semi-win to get into the main event, get some experience here prior to moving up. He's going to defend his title on the East Coast. Oh, Mills with the slide out.
Yeah, lost the front wheel over the top of the berm, so Mullins goes to the front. Schmidt moves into second. Mills gets going in third ahead of his teammate Andrew Wood in fourth. And Dupuis right now holds down the final transfer spot in fifth. Devin Davis right behind him in sixth. And for Zaka, Rob, Busick.
Oh, rider getting up. Andrew Wood's going to drop out of a spot. Davis goes to slide up into him and slides himself into Dupuis' back wheel into the ground, so Wood's going to remain in that spot. No love lost between Andrew Wood and Devin Davis, that is for sure.
Absolutely.
Wait, another Tiger Designs rider? It's like Tiger Designs riders and former champions in this semi, I swear. Everywhere I look. Kevin Verzaka runs in sixth. He's on the outside looking in. Usyk tries to go over the top of him. Not quite able to get it done. Burkeen lurking back there with Kyle Robb as well. Yet another champ. Wow. Kyle Robb have a championship?
Yeah,
250 class?
250 East in 2015.
Wow.
Oh, holy champions. Just getting up from a crash. That is Mills. So Mullins, Schmidt, Mills, Dupuis giving chase. Mills slides out and Dupuis hits the deck. Mills just completely making a mess of it right now. Has no flow. And has Wood closing up. And Wood goes through. There is Usyk also closing in.
Verzaka going to try to go through as well.
Oh, almost contact.
Usyk seeing Tiger Designs everywhere right now.
Holy cow.
He's got one behind him, two in front of him. Make that two behind him and two in front of him as Burkeen's in the mix now.
Burkeen for Zaka, Usyk, and then Mills and Wood. This is just a freight train of blue with Usyk breaking up the mix with a red bike in there.
Burkeen moves around his teammate for Zaka.
And Rob is also
in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
This looks like it's going to end in tears. Are you kidding me? These guys are also close. Usyk slides it into turn one. What a save. Just saw the 99
Burkeen's got to run. He's going to get the quad. He's going to back out of it.
Oh, Usyk down the inside of Mills gets the 3-4. Now Mills trying to stay low on the triple. He's going to have the primary line there. Nice inside move. Look at this train. Are you kidding me?
I wish we had a microphone inside the Tiger Designs team speak right now. It's got to be going off. All these guys fighting for transfer spots. There's 4 guys. There's not 4 transfer spots right here available to them because the front guys are gone.
Yeah, and 2 past champions, right? 3 actually with Dupuis just in the background there, but Rob and Burkeen both giving chase to Usyk right now. Usyk going way long on the triple. He just landed completely flat.
Rob drives it in hard.
Yeah, Rob got down the inside of Burkeen to get the spot away. And trying to go after Usyk for the last transfer spot now. He is not going to get the big triple there. Not sure what that was about. Usyk slides out and takes Burkeen down. Usyk just lost it. So Rob now
Rob
fourth.
Goes all the way to 4th. Mills is 3rd, still right there.
Oh, for Zaka down after the finish. And Dupuis goes through into 5th. What is happening right now? Are you kidding me? Mullins is cruising at the front. Schmidt, Mills, Rob, and now Dupuis into the final transfer. Here comes Wood, but he's a little ways back.
And he's got Frizaka running a wheel in on him everywhere, and Burkeen running himself sideways into the berm. Usyk right there. Those guys are looking at a trip to the LCQ.
I mean, what did I say a lap ago? That whole group had the potential for just a disaster, and they all ended up falling in one shape or the other.
The back out front, Mullins is in the lead. A couple turns to go for the number 9 machine. He's just got to get through the whoop section, and Jesse Mullins on the number 9 will find himself in the main event at Anaheim 1 2017.
Mullins is through. Schmidt going through as well. Mills looks to be comfortable here in 3rd. Rob in 4th. Dupuis, a little mistake in 5th, but if he just cruises here, he'll be good to go. Has to get the whoops clean here. Usyk is trying to chase him down with the Tiger guys still chasing him. Dupuis tiptoeing through the whoops. Will stamp his ticket to the main event.
So 4 champions and Daniel Mills going to the main event out of this one. Matt Burkeen finds his championship winning previously self going to the LCQ.
Wow. Frizaka out, Wood out, Usyk, Davis, Cromie down before the finish, gets piled into by Cohenauer, who then front flips over that thing. Doiron not going through either, just gets Cromie to the line. Yannick Mueller are having another rough night.
Wow.
Young, Russell Cruza. That was the 16 riders that made up this semi. That was some crazy action, and top 5 stays the same after cuts. So Mullins your winner out of this one. And now on to the LCQs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. You know, it's my favorite time of the night.
Boy, I don't know if you could get much better than some of the racing we've seen here already tonight.
That's been incredible. This track's making for insane racing. Liking it.
It's awesome. Oh, man. I don't think you could have lived up to the hype more than what we've seen here tonight. This is awesome racing and track and festivities and everything. It's all just great. And now it's time for arguably the best racing of the night.
3 minutes plus a lap. We got Holden Coate, Dylan Copeland, Matthias Janis, Finn Collins, Brandon Hedge, Chase McDonald, AJ Green, Jordan Moxey, Alex Heckman, James Schuler, Zach Prokop, Nate Guys, the War Sky, Skyler, Roy Mitchell, Dominic Saulnier, Jonathan Hughes, Doug Oakley, Cody Daw, and Gates down and into the turn number 1, Jeff Cooper.
A lot of contact, actually, and yes, Cooper does come out with the whole shot.
Heckman and Hughes right there. Hughes is down.
Heckman down the inside, but lost the lead immediately to Josh Williams.
James Schuler goes up into the 2 spot on the Team Vulcan machine. The first time we've talked about him tonight. Dominic Saulnier, Roy Mitchell are your top 4. Factory Finn Collins.
That's Saulnier down in the whoops. Can't figure out who that is. It's somebody on a red bike. Chaos
red bike
everywhere.
Okay, Ralph. Anyways, at the front, Josh Williams leads the way. Schuler's comfy in 2nd. Saulnier is still in 3rd. So all you Saulnier fans, don't let Kellen fool you. He is not on the ground. Roy Mitchell, on the other hand, is about to be on the ground. No, he saves it. Ben Collins gives him a love tap and takes the spot, rolling the triple. Factory Finn goes into the 4th and final transfer spot temporarily. Mitchell trying to strike back. Devin Ryan striking right through the hay bales goes into the 5 spot.
So these guys all in a little tight-knit group here as Williams leads them through for the first lap. Schuler, Saulnier, and Collins, who is right here on the 54.
3 minutes plus a lap. This thing's going to go by fast. Josh Williams hoping it goes by fast. Schuler finds himself not feeling too good right now.
And Collins is down, and that's the 32 of Ryan getting hung up, so Schuler gets up, still ahead of all those guys.
Get out your signs. It's a yard sale, ladies and gentlemen. Zoa Cross capitalizes from moto chasing, goes all the way from about 8th up to 4th. So he lives on. Schuler still in the transfer spot. Saulnier and Williams are pretty gone right now. They got a nice comfy gap. But Roy Mitchell trying to get around Zoe-Cross. That's the battle to watch. Jeff Cooper lurking in 6th. He's been in the mix in both his heat race and now here in the LCQ, but he's got to get up there and get it done. He's got to get 2 guys.
Schuler, a mistake. Cross goes through. That's 3rd. As Williams continues to lead at the front. This is the Williams we expected in the heat race and failed to deliver. So Cooper, then Coate, Devin Ryan, Cody Daw, Zach Prokop. Much further back than that, I think these guys are going to have a tough time getting in as Collins hits the deck again.
Cooper runs a 121.2 last time around in 5th, a 125 for Schuler. So Schuler has some work to do on his lap time if he's going to hold on to the 4 spot. Cooper is definitely coming and coming fast.
Through the whoops. Cooper.
Oh, Cooper, mistake. Saves it though.
Yeah, good save. Still has Schuler in his sights, but he's maybe got to worry a little bit more about holding Coate coming from behind.
And Devin Ryan also back there. He doesn't have that 32 for no reason. He's definitely fast, but he's got to make up some serious real estate right now. Josh Williams going to take the white flag as we're watching the battle go down for the final transfer spot. And Holden Coate has moved into the 5th spot, trying to catch up to James Schuler, who's trying to be Mr. Consistent this race and put her in the main in the number 4 spot.
Yeah, last transfer spot is on the line at the opener. Everyone wants to make it into the opener. It's a big one to be in. Can Coate run down Schuler? Schuler with a little bit of lag, actually. Internet problems could be a factor.
All right. Waiting to see this battle materialize. Coate is definitely reeling him in a little bit. There's a rider down. I believe that's a lapper. Yes, it is.
Oh, Schuler, mistake, off the track and slides out. Coate, just like that, takes the final transfer spot away. It was Schuler's spot to blow, and he
Coate
blew
misses the triple, though.
Coate does miss the triple. Schuler is also going to miss the triple, though.
Devin Ryan's going to get over it, and it's going to kind of come down to the rhythm and them getting through the whoops clean. Coate blows the rhythm.
Coate blew it. Williams fails at a front flip for winning the race.
Devin Ryan.
Second. Cross. Coate. Ryan through on Schuler.
Oh, Ryan gets into the bales, though.
Coate's got to get the whoops clean. And no problem for Holden Coate going through to the main event.
Relax the tires. Devin Ryan, I would have put him as a definite title contender in this. Is not even going to be in the main event at round number 1. Roy Mitchell, Zach Prokop, Finn Collins, Jeff Cooper, Dylan Copeland, Nate Zaworski, Alex Heckman, AJ Green, Jonathan Hughes, Doug Oakley, Jordan Moxie, Brandon Hedge, Matthias Janis, Chase McDonald. They're all having nights that they would like to forget.
No kidding.
So the 250 main event is set once cuts are in. I don't believe that's going to change anything in the top 4 as there was a pretty large gap. We have one more LCQ and then guess what? It's main event time. Points are going to be on the line before we know it.
I'm pumped.
Are you ready?
So we are currently waiting on cuts to come in to make sure that those LCQ results are in fact final, which we assume them to be. Coate had a 4.8 second gap over Devin Ryan over the line, so shouldn't be too difficult to keep on that spot.
Only a couple 252 strokes getting through into the main event. So the addition of them to this series doesn't really look like it changed a ton. Cuts are in. Josh Williams keeps the win. Daulnier keeps second. Zoe-Cross third. And Holden Coate going to the main.
All right, on to the 450 last chance qualifier, which again is quite stacked.
Ryan Mahan, Peter the Locomotive Like, Luke Heberlein, Janik Mueller, Matt Cromie, Andrew Wood, Devin Davis, Kevin from Zaka, Brian Haskell, Trevor Dorian, Mike Strelo, Matt Agate, Jeremy Cohenauer, Chase DeSell, Reed Young, Jared Seidhoff, Matt Burkeen, Ivan Medina, Russell Cruz, and
we go.
Music.
Down the inside, 3rd and 4th in the points last year, Burkeen and Mahan. Mahan gets a terrible jump, but Burkeen got a pretty decent one and comes out with the whole shot ahead of the 42. Almost some contact. Burkeen is down. And he takes a host of other riders with him. Mahan, who was a little bit tentative off the gate, ends up with a great start in second. It's Usyk out front.
Mahan, Bergeron, Cromie running the top number 4 spots. Kevin from Zaka trying to make the move.
Whoa, that was crazy from Cromie. Very aggressive early on. Bergeron's going to try to give it right back to him. Burkeen 16th. Horrible start after that hole shot. Burkeen came together with one of those Honda riders, MV Films rider. Not sure who that was. I believe it was a 42. So Usyk leads the way.
Riders down everywhere at the back of the field. They're about ready to have to pack it in. But Usyk, the 99, leads the way for lap number 1. He's got Mahan all over him. Cromie is down in 3rd, so that's going to open the door for Yannick Mueller.
Wood also goes through, and he gets up side by side with, that's Devin Davis right there.
Devin Davis been oh so close so far tonight to getting in. Shuts the door hard on Cromie. Cromie was driving it really hard inside on Davis.
He's going to get the triple in and another triple. Tries to get around the outside of Davis. Davis, aggressive move, puts him on the ground. Heberlein is also stuck back here. And Davis ended up messing up the triple a little bit. So right now it's Usyk, Mahan, Mueller, and Wood in the transfer spots. Davis runs in the 5 spot. Heberlein out of shape, off the track. And back to 7th now behind for Zaka. Then
oh,
Burkeen.
We got a rider down. That's Mueller down. Allows Devin Davis into the 4 spot. I was hoping to see some fireworks between Davis and Wood for the last transfer. Now they're both in a transfer. Maybe we'll still see fireworks, though. When those two get together, it's usually like the 4th of July.
Oh, Heberlein in for Zaka throwing down on the triple. With Burkeen right there, Burkeen is going to get a better rhythm and might get Heberlein here. Yes, he will. And perhaps Heberlein loses another spot. There's Haskell, I believe. And Mueller getting up behind these guys. So again, to reset things, Mahan to the front around Usyk, then Wood over Davis for Zaka, Burkeen, Heberlein, Haskell, Mueller inside of the top 9. Only 4 go to the main event. And Mueller just crashed his way possibly out of that, and looks like he may have rage quit as well.
Burkeen all over his teammate, trying to get into the 5th spot so he can go after Devin Davis. Number 8 desperately trying to make it into this main event.
And he's got Heberlein, who was also top 10 in the points last year, trying to get down his inside and a very aggressive move, but he got it done.
Last race of the night, if you don't make the main event, can't hold anything back now.
No kidding.
Man, I can't believe some of the guys that are potentially not going to make the main event. It is incredible. Burkeen looking back inside on Heberlein. Remember, Heberlein was really aggressive with him. I have to fault the lack of front flips tonight from Burkeen for him struggling to make this main event.
All right. White flag for Mahan and Usyk up front. Wood and Davis. Don't want to see that group together very often, but here they are in the final
Wood
2
gets
transfer
nasty.
spots. Could it be fireworks between them? Can Frazaka get in the mix? Can Heberlein and Burkeen squeak their way into the main? Or perhaps 2-time Supercross champion Brian Haskell has something to say about it.
Oh, Wood almost goes down on the triple, saves it, but Davis all over his back tire now.
Davis is just praying Wood doesn't just blow it right in front of him.
Davis has a run. He's got to be careful. He's going inside.
Does he try it? Yes, he does. He just slides through.
Wood, I think, almost let him go, but he can't stop. He's got his teammates right behind him, as well as Heberlein, the Gravedigger, trying to monster truck over Burkeen.
This might end in tears. Burkeen around Heberlein. Heberlein trying to get back down the inside and aggressively gets the spot back, went through the bales a little bit.
Berzaka has closed. Will he take his teammate out for a final transfer spot? I know I'd take my grandma out for a final transfer spot.
Oh man, Berzaka has a run, but opts not to. Checkered flag for Mahan out front. Usyk going to the main as well. Does Berzaka?
Berzaka has a run.
Do something to Awood. Into the final corner. Berzaka cuts down the inside. They both get together. Berzaka down. Wood to the main. Berzaka running into Wood probably caused him not to go down. And Wood makes it through. Burkeen not going through at Anaheim 1. Haskell also out. Berzaka tried so hard but misses out in the end. Heberlein, Bergeron, Strelo, Kohenauer, Medina, DeSalle, Doiron, Agate, Cruza, Like, Young, Cromie, Mueller, Seidhoff, Hindi, all not going to the main behind them. So we shall wait on cuts to see if perhaps Wood had any against him to lose a spot to Burkeen.
0.7 gap. Didn't see a bunch of huge mistakes from Andrew Wood, so I doubt that'll happen, but you never know. The fields are set for the main events as soon as the results are in, and they are in.
Wood, Davis, Usyk, Mahan to the main. Burkeen misses out on the opener, as does Haskell. So a couple of former champions not going through tonight. That is wild, including Seidhoff, who is way down the order. He DNF'd this one. Your 250 outdoor champion trying to make it into the 450 main event here tonight. No can do. Also headed to the cheap seats.
It's parade lap time. 250 Supercross main event. Jack Zarst, the rookie. Clay Alfrey, Holden Cote, Craig Leake, Austin Eklund, Clint Martin, Dominic Fro, Tibolino, Brock Pappy, Sean Klein, Colton Mitchell, Rush Chapman, Justin Harper, Dominic Saunier, Jack Fowler, Bryce Whelan, Jeremy Siebold with your number one, the defending champ, Kale Simmerock, Brock Pearson, Edward Mora, Thomas Wilcox, Zoe Cross, Josh Williams rounds out your field. That's 22 riders. We're going 15 minutes plus one lap at round number one, Anaheim, of the 2017 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Racetech.
So this is the warm-up lap. So these guys are going to take a look at the track right now and get a feel for things, try to figure out what lines they're going to be set up for in the main event tonight. And unlike before, this thing's going 15 minutes plus a lap. And given the length of this track, that might not matter a whole lot.
Let's make some picks, Kellen. And I'm going to nail the start. It's going to go to Bryce Whelan.
All right.
I'm going to go the number one spot. Jeremy Siebold, Rush Chapman second, and Jack Zarst, the rookie, third.
I'm going to say Mitchell wins from Siebold and Chapman.
What about a hole shot?
Hole shot, I'm taking a look at Pappy here on the 58 down the inside. We are set to go racing. Sit back and enjoy the 250 West main event from Anaheim.
The gate is down. The 67 pulls a little bit of wheelie, but does he get it? Bryce wheeling on the two-stroke. He slides out and he makes me look like an idiot. Craig Leake gets the spot. Justin Harper trying to take it.
Leake out front. And that is Siebold in a great spot in second, putting the moves on Tiberino.
Wilcox, Mitchell in the mix early on as they try to get through this first lap. Clayton Mitchell gets punted by a wild Justin Harper. So Leake, all kinds of chaos going on.
Not Siebold, really known for his Supercross prowess. Leake leads the way from Siebold and Tiberino. Couple 250
Wilcox
specialists here.
Looked good in his heat race action. Where is Rush Chapman, one of our heat race winners? I'm looking for him. The rookie Jack Zarst runs in fifth, Mitchell sixth. I am searching back in the pack, not finding the 13. There's Rush Chapman all the way in 21st place, laying on the ground, now in 22nd.
Wow. After
dominating his heat race, his main event's off to a disastrous start.
Well, up front, it is Leake who leads the opening lap, but he has all kinds of pressure from defending champion Jeremy Siebold. But Siebold is down, loses the front end after the finish line jump. And that is Wilcox going through with Tiberino and a few others also sliding through. And the 112 of Saunier puts him back onto the deck. Cimarrock slides through the 58 of Pappy down the inside. That is Bryce Whelan also looking to get the spot. But Seabolt nails the triple in and gets landed on, sends. And for some reason, JLV's physics work as Seabolt does not fall off the bike, but that was ridiculous. So Seabolt going backwards in a hurry. Up front, Leak has a nice lead over Wilcox.
5.5 seconds. Colton Mitchell battling hard with Dominic Tiberino. Jack Zars giving chase, round out your top 5. Saulnier is right there as well. And Cale Cimarrock runs in 7th, another moto chasing rider.
Battle between Saulnier and Zars over the triple.
Saulnier getting dirty. Dropping panties off the triple.
Oh,
and he's
Saulnier
down.
And caught Jack Zars a little bit up right there. That is Cimarrock, Zars' teammate, sliding through.
Craig Leak trying to check out front. Battle for second is on now. Mitchell putting pressure all over Thomas Wilcox. Both double tripling. Mitchell looking inside. Wilcox shuts the door hard.
Yeah.
He looked like a 5-year-old with a temper tantrum the way he slammed that door.
Whoa, and then he almost cross-jumped his way in to Colton Mitchell right there. Mitchell has a great drive down the outside, but Wilcox still holds the line and runs him down off the side of the track.
Out. So risky move to not take himself out, but he makes it happen without going down. No big deal. Dominic Tiberino, they're trying to capitalize now. The pressure staying on Wilcox.
Yeah, he's still cross-jumping, though. He almost got into the side of Tiberino, but Tiberino thought better about tripling in there and just doubled.
Pretty early in the championship right now. To be making enemies for Wilcox as he makes a mistake, casing that triple in.
Man, who had Craig Leak on the radar to win this race tonight? I mean, I know the guy's good, but he has not been very well in Supercross, especially in these off-season races. He's had a rough go of it. Making a statement here early on, though.
Wilcox now has pressure again from Mitchell. Remember, they just got together about half a lap ago. Mitchell going to drag race down the straight, makes the move into the number 3 spot for now, but Wilcox looking aggressive back on him. Wilcox looks like he's been taking some riding lessons from Vince Freezy out there.
Well, Mitchell now solidifies himself into that 3 spot and sets sail after Tiberino in the 2 spot. So Zars now occupies 5th, and Seabolt has remounted his way back up to 6th, so he's on the charge forward. Pappy, Coates, Cimarrock, Saulnier inside of the top 10, then Mora, Whelan, Klein, Alfrey,
Craig Leaks off the track.
Chapman, all the way back in 17th maybe. I also saw that Mitchell was down off the track and lost a spot to Seabolt in the process.
So Seabolt mounting quite the charge back through the field, and as I say that, he clips the triple in, not able to get over it.
On lap 5, but remember, it's all about time. We're just past 5 minutes in. These guys going 15 minutes plus 1 lap.
Leak's lead is 6 seconds. Tiberino, the veteran of the field, I would say at this point, looking good in second, gonna try to capture some solid points tonight. Wilcox has jammed and slammed himself up into the number 3 spot, but he's got Jack Zars all over him.
How about this debut ride for Zars in the 4
spot?
Zars
looking more like a veteran than a rookie. He's the guy that's been a little more consistent tonight. And Wilcox, the veteran, looking more like a rookie, just running it in on everyone. He is fired up.
Seabolt just literally swapped his way all the way through that whoop section and still gained time on Zars and Wilcox in the process.
He's got the power boost afterburners turned up. He put the pink power band in, and he's going to the front. The number 1 of Jeremy Seabolt Prime Design Graphics. He has a run on the rookie down the inside. He's going to check up a little bit for now. Seabolt gets the move down the rhythm. I'm already noticing he's he's definitely lugging the bike more than a lot of the other guys at the front of the field. Maybe that's what's allowing him to go so fast on the number 1 machine. And he's going to go on by the Wilcox machine because he's on the ground. Takes Zarsa, I believe, with him.
Yeah, where did Zarsa go? Yeah, he's just sitting on the ground back there.
Yeah, he ran into Wilcox's down bike and fell off. So he's back going now in the number 6 spot. Now he's down again. Simrock going to go by him. Wheeling going to go by.
Coming undone.
And Mora.
Mora just got by him as well. Back up front, Leak still holding a comfortable lead, but not too comfortable over Tiberino. It's actually coming down just a little bit. These guys,
you know what time it is?
Pretty far ahead of Siebel. Yeah, I know exactly what time it is. Take it away, Chris.
Time for the MotoOption clothing, MotoOption.com top 10 rundown. Right now, your leader, Craig Leak, the number 11, 6.5 seconds out front over TBR's Dominic Tiberino. Jeremy Siebel, your defending champ, has climbed his way all the way into the number 3 spot, riding for Prime Design Graphics. Running in 4th, Colton Mitchell versus PC.com, FamMX, rider on the number 10. He's being chased by Thomas Wilcox, the number 47. Brock Pappy is up in the number 6 spot, riding for Splitfire. Cale Simrock, Bryce Whelan, they're in a dice, in a battle. The 2-stroke Bentley graphics rider, Bryce Whelan, takes over the number 7 spot. Cale Simrock, riding for Moto Chasin, settles into 8th, trying to get the spot back from Bryce Whelan down the whoop section. In 9th, we have Verb Moto rider Edward Mora, and Jack Zars, another Moto Chasin rider, rounds out your top 10. He has his teammate, Russ Chapman, coming from the back, trying to reel himself into the top 10 and trying to salvage some championship points. That's your top 11 rundown, brought to you by MotoOption Clothing, MotoOption.com. Log on and buy some sweet swag. Oh, we got a change for the lead while I was doing a top 10 rundown. It's the Fro, and he's about to give it right back.
Yeah. This is Tiberino's first 250 race in at least a year. He was pointed out last year, granted back in this year, though, given that the 450 rule was negated.
Now he's making a little bit of mistakes, so they're also finding themselves in the Lappers Leak with the mistake.
And Tiberino has a good run into the whoops and will take the lead right back kindly. Now we have a battle for the lead brewing with Seabolt, hoping these guys come together so he can get into the mix. Your former champion, last year's champion that is, 5 seconds back in this battle up front, and it is a tight one. As Leak trying to pull alongside, will he cut under here? Nope, just follows him through.
These guys got to keep their pace up because otherwise Siebel is definitely coming from behind in the number 3 spot. He's about 4 seconds back. He can see these guys now as they split it down to Lapper. Split lines in the turn. Leak has a run, has to check up.
Almost into the back of Tiberino with that kind of a run. Trying to get a run through the sand now.
And definitely affecting these 250 guys. You can see it lugging them down a little bit going through as they try to exit the turn. They have a lapped rider in front of them over the triple into this rhythm. The lapper, nice job. I believe that's Justin Harper getting up out of the way. Yes, that is the 7-Eleven, and we got a leader, Craig Leak.
Yeah, that was Tiberino making a little mistake off the right-hand side of your screen there, and then the left as we switch cameras. So Leak back to the front, working lap 8. We are 10 minutes in right now, so 5 minutes and a lap to go. On to lap 9.
The Leak led a lot of this race. Has a challenge now. He didn't have one early. He had a nice, comfortable gap. Let's see how he responds. Looking at the lap times, the fast lap, a 1:13.6, 1:14.7 for Tiberino, and a 1:13.6 last time around for Seabolt. That's his fastest lap as well. Colton Mitchell, 1:13.7 right there in 4th. And, oh, Wilcox, imagine that, getting into the side of someone. This time it's Bryce Whelan that he's colliding with.
And they're still together, bar to bar going into the next corner, despite crashing.
Man, he rides for TM Factory Racing, but they're not going to know what kind of bike that is after the night, all the paint he's been trading. Whelan's got a run on him down the whoops. Wilcox cuts him off. He definitely put some new bumpers on before the night.
I think Whelan's about to, he's going to turn into the Weston Pike here before you know it. Just light him up and start throwing some haymakers.
Oh, wheeling with the mistake. It's going to give Wilcox some breathing room. Now he's on back of Pappy. And Pappy can try to shut the door all he wants. We definitely know that Wilcox breaking out the battle ram, he's going to go right through that thing. He's coming in like he's got a search warrant right now. Oh, Wilcox almost finds himself on the ground. He lines himself up for a T-bone, keeps her pinned.
Oh man, it's all kicking off here in the 250 main event. Approaching 12 minutes. Time at the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Oh, Pappy a mistake. Here comes Wilcox. Pappy trying to regroup from his mistake. Tries a not-so-easy triple in the middle of that rhythm.
The Wilcox finds himself up into the 5 spot. At the front of the field, Craig Leak, 2-second lead. The battle for second is on, though. Siebold has run down Tiberino. He's got the triple inline.
Whoa, almost contact. So Siebold into second. I'm going to stay on board with him for a second as Tiberino. Actually, I'm going to go on board with Tiberino and watch Siebold maybe scoot away in front here.
We are 12 minutes and 45 seconds into this thing and 11 laps. Remember, 15 minutes plus 1 lap. Oh, Siebold tried the triple in, misses the triple after it.
And then cases the triple, so Tiberino goes back through. These guys playing a little game of swapsies, musical chairs. Like musical positions, and Siebold has a great drive side by side on the wall. Who gets a better drive? Tiberino's got a good one, uses the middle rut and holds on to the spot.
Both gonna get that triple on clean. A lot of guys been struggling with that. Siebold lurking, trying to make a move back by. Bro gets that triple in this time. Siebold not able to move back by.
Tiberino
now he's
mistake
through.
And he's down.
Takes Mitchell with him.
Wow, Mitchell was right on that battle. That's a shame.
Mitchell had dropped down at 1:12 lap time last time. Holy cow.
All right. 14 minutes in right now. Craig Leak. Will he get another lap? Or will it be white flag next time by? It's going to be close.
I'm guessing he's hoping for the white flag as he's got about 3.6 seconds. Siebold's down. So here comes Tiberino back into the number 2 spot. It appears. Yes, he goes. And Mitchell going to get by as well. Hopefully a safe track re-entry from Siebold.
No, that was not that safe. He tried to keep it clean, but ended up taking Mitchell down. That is not a good way to get yourself started off in the season with Siebold re-entering the track terribly. That is a possible penalty if Mitchell
While you watch
chooses.
that, I just want to update everyone. Rush Chapman, one of our heat winners, is up to the 5 spot. So from dead last, Chapman has gotten things going. He salvaged the night as long as he can keep it up. The 13 of Chapman.
Here comes Leak, and 15 minutes have just passed, so here comes the white flag for the number 11 machine. Out front and cruising, has a sizable lead now on Tiberino after Siebold's crash.
Mitchell, though, right there still to capitalize on Siebold. Probably a little fired up by the track re-entry that caused him to lose a ton of time and possibly a chance at the number 2 spot. That number 1 looks like a big target right now if you're Colton Mitchell. Siebold going wide to go for the 3 in. Gonna miss it again. He's actually, I don't think he loses time doing that. He doesn't make any though if he can't get the second triple.
Right. Mitchell is ever so close now. Last lap here, 250 West, opener at Anaheim. Mitchell down the inside and makes a pass, and Siebold ends up alongside of him again, and into the sand they go. Siebold gets a better drive. Mitchell using the outside line there. I want to stick with this battle, but you also got to give credit where credit is due. Craig Leak shines through out of nowhere tonight, seemingly nowhere, but he comes through and will take the points lead with him, leaving Anaheim. Craig Leak wins the Anaheim opener in the 250 class, and this battle coming to the line is no longer a battle. Seabolt getting away from Mitchell, might have a chance at Tiberino.
Oh, Mitchell's down. Chapman going to go on through into the 4 spot.
Tiberino and Seabolt.
Oh, Seabolt's down.
Seabolt should get up for still in front of these guys, but how about Chapman's ride? Seabolt ends up on the final podium spot.
Whelan just went down in the 5th spot, gives it up to Jack Zars. Rush Chapman going to come across in 4th. Zars, the Moto Chasing teammate to Chapman, the rookie, comes across 5th in his pro debut. Mitchell 6th. Bryce Whelan gets up for 7th on the Bentley Graphics 2-stroke. Brock Pappy 8th. Here comes 9th place. That's the number 188 of Clay Alfrey.
We've got Sean Klein, and that is Simrock right behind Mora coming to the line as Alfrey takes 9th. Mora looking to wrap up a top 10 and does so in front of Sean Klein in his debut pro Supercross ride. Simrock 11th. Williams out of the LCQ gets a 12th. Zoe Cross looks like he's got a 13th on wrap as Jack Fowler comes through here. 14th for him. 15th for Wilcox.
The Battle Ram! Thomas Wilcox falls all the way back to 16th.
17th for Coate. 18th for Saulnier. 19th for Martin. And cuts are in. All sorts of changing outside of the top 10. But inside of the top 10, everything stays just peachy keen. And your winner tonight in the 250 West opener is Craig Leake. So we'll see that man right there on the other side of the stadium with a red plate behind that big number 11 next week when we go to San Diego. And as we mentioned, neither of us picked him for our podium contention tonight. And he comes through and wins that 250 main event. So give us a rundown in the 450 class, Chris.
Leading them to the line, Jeremy Shipley, Kyle Robb, Race Carlin, Ryan Mahan, Jesse Mullins, Dennis Fieldberg, Daniel Mills, A. Tom Holmes, Spencer Turley, Ben McLeod, Andrew Wood, Devin Davis, Tyson Fresquez, Brandon Berg, Tyler Schmidt, Dade Honeywell, Toby Stock, Zach Dupuis, Jeremy Smith, Jeremy Hinney, Chase Blakely, Nick Uzik, and anyone I forgot. I'm sorry, but I went as fast as I could.
All right, parade lap out there now.
It's pick time, and we got to go fast because these restarts are definitely coming fast. I'm going with Fresquez and Smith, and rounding out the podium, Shipley.
All right, I have got Smith, Race Carlin, and then Fresquez.
Oh, you're putting the general on the box.
Yeah, I have faith. When Race
I'm going Tyler Schmidt for the whole shot.
Race is not expected to race all week long, and I feel like that's the most dangerous race when he's just kind of nonchalantly riding. But we'll see. Here we go, folks. 20 minutes plus a lap. The season opener from Anaheim in the 450 class. Round 1 of 17. Let's go racing.
The gate is down into turn number 1. It looks like a great start for Fresquez on the inside.
Oh, but he's
slides
down.
out.
Fresquez down in turn 1, and it's Schmidt.
With the whole shot.
Whole shot hero, Tyler Schmidt, your 250 East champion.
Up.
Fieldberg, wow, look at that down the inside. The 3 machine goes to the front, just like that, over Schmidt and Smith. Running in the 3-spot, Shipley is 4th, then Blakely in 5th.
Teammates down together. Schmidt washes out, takes Smith with him, doesn't go to the ground, though he still salvages a start. Zach Dupuis moves on by, as does Chase Blakely. Jeremy Shipley into the 2 spot behind Dennis Fieldberg. Fieldberg got nasty over the triple and is off to the races.
Couple real
We're gonna
fast
see a
guys
scrub
out
right
front.
here.
Let's see it. Oh,
Boom.
Nasty. Fieldberg just so stylish. Gonna go try to win his second career 450 main event. The only other time he's won a 450 main event in Race Factory competition, he was actually on a 250F. It was the first time ever a 250F won a main event. Can Fieldberg win the opener here tonight? He's gonna make a statement here on the opening lap by leading them through.
I mean, he's dangerous out front like this. If he gets a start and gets a clear track, he doesn't have to deal with his kryptonite, which is other riders around him, at least till he gets to lappers. This could be very dangerous for the rest of the field, letting the number 3 out front.
Got a hang up in the corner after the finish as Mahan goes down. Carlin got stacked up behind Dupuis. I'm still looking. My eyes are sifting through, and I can't find Fresquez yet. All the
Race
while.
Carlin with a dyno switch here before the main event on the Versus PC Fam MX machine. He is up in 7th, chasing Devin Davis around, who came out of that LCQ. Dupuis, maybe the surprise right now, runs in the 4 spot. He's a former national champ. Had a couple years of not such awesome performances. Looking good early for the Vitamin Water SYS Racing Yamaha team.
Mills giving chase behind him. And the Freight Train riders behind Mills, Davis, Carlin, Honeywell, Mullins all locked together here. We'll go back to that battle for second you just mentioned, though.
Yeah, Smith is definitely closing in on the 39 of Shipley as they're trying to just keep in sight the number 3 of Fjellberg. Maybe they just want to see his sick whips. That's why they want to stay close. It has nothing to do with wanting to win the race. Because I wouldn't want to pass him. I just want to follow him around with a helmet cam on.
Well, I'll tell you what. I picked Smith for the win tonight. And for some reason, whenever Smith races this A1 opener on a 450, he always appears to be really dangerous. Won in 2014. And I believe won again in 2015. Missed out on 2016 last year, but really quick. Is the number 4 at the opener, and he sits in 3rd behind Shipley, who's actually getting away from him right now. Shipley having a great run in 2nd.
Yeah, Shipley nailed the quad at the end of the first rhythm and got himself some breathing room. We'll have to see as they put this lap in the books. The lap time should really start to tell the story as they get a couple laps in.
Whoa, mistake from Smith.
It looks like Shipley, it's 2-second gap right now on Fjellberg. He might be gaining some time. He did lose a 10th or 2 in the corner before the rhythm as he had to stand it up a little bit. Shipley on the charge for sure. Drops her back down to 2 seconds. He has yo-yoing a little bit on the 1 and 2 spots. They're definitely both pushing hard.
Oh, Shipley down in the background on the finish line jump. Just went down. After the whoops, Dupuis slides through for 3rd, and that is Mills not getting through for 4th, so Shipley stays inside of the top 4 right now. Dupuis, Smith, and Fjellberg. Oh, Fjellberg's down at the end of the rhythm. Here goes Smith to the lead. The 4 jumps over the 3. Here comes the 6 of Dupuis. A lot of single digits up front, but none of them are the number 1. Actually, now he's up here. Fresquez in 6th now.
Bad news for everyone else, giving Jeremy Smith the lead. The TBR rider has proven to be so consistent and pretty dang fast at the same time. But Fjellberg going to have to try to make it happen. Run him back down, push him into a mistake, but he makes a mistake himself. That's going to open the door into Zach Dupuis. Goes into the number 2 spot.
Shipley chasing him as well.
Wait, is this like 2011?
Yeah,
Shipley
what is going
and
on?
Dupuis? Dyson? And since when did Dupuis get good at Supercross?
Well, I think it's this format. I think it's this qualifying format really showing who the best natural players in this game are instead of the hot lap heroes.
Shipley looking aggressive for a minute there. These guys used to be bitter rivals. Dupuis used to put him on the ground.
Fjellberg puts Shipley on the deck. Same spot as last lap, and Shipley's down.
Speaking of OGs, Daniel Mills, one of the OGs as well. Danny Boy moves into the 4 spot. He has been so good tonight. I'm really impressed with the 31 of Daniel Mills.
Oh, Dupuis does not fall off the bike. Yeah, that was actually interesting.
Hey, there comes the number 1.
All right, Fresquez up to 5th. Has the heat race winner Shipley still giving chase behind him. Off in the distance, Smith starting to get away.
Fresquez a 1:11.1 lap time. That's faster than everyone in front of him so far. He's still in this thing. It's just Smith has such good track position on him. It's going to be tough. But Daniel Mills finds himself in a podium spot right now.
All right,
and we are about 6 minutes into this thing. A lot of racing left to go.
Fresquez trying to give Dupuis some fits here with Shipley still giving tow.
Smith, though, might be falling asleep at his computer right now trying to lead this thing. It is late on the East Coast for him, but Fjellberg might even be more tired, huh?
Fresquez is really starting to give it to Dupuis, and he's got to watch out for Shipley behind. Got a 3-rider battle.
Now we're really throwing it back.
Look at this. This is like 2012 Supercross all over again. These 3 guys going at it here. And Dupuis just nailed the triple quad and actually got a little bit of time gain, but then lost it all by almost blowing the corner. Fresquez comes up short. Here comes Shipley.
Shipley almost into the back of Fresquez. Had a good run through the corner.
Look at these
guys.
guys
Gonna try
going
the
at it.
inside
Almost
on him.
3 wide on the wall there. And Fresquez is going to try an inside move on Dupuis. Jumps on. Does he get the quad is the question. He does, but Dupuis looks like he's going to hold it off.
Mills was down off the side of the track there, so they're all going to gain a spot. This has now become the battle for third. Dupuis has it, and he's got some heavy pressure from the number one. Fresquez through.
Inside, side by side. Shipley might have a shot at Dupuis too. As they settle in now nicely, Fresquez into the 3 spot. And Shipley down the inside of Dupuis. Nice inside move there. Dupuis had pressure for so long, finally coughs up the spots. Up front, it is a actual change for the lead. I didn't see the Smith lost it, but it's now Fjellberg. So we got the 3, the 4, the 1, the 39, the 6, and now McLeod coming through. This is the 63 machine. A little short on the triple, but he gets Dupuis anyway as Dupuis OJ'd it a little bit. We have got some fast riders, some of the best in the world at the front here in the main event. And wouldn't you know it, we're only 8 minutes in. We still got 12 minutes plus a lap left of this business.
Fjellberg, a little bit of mistake, not able to triple into the rhythm. Going to lose a little bit of time to Jeremy Smith. And Tyson is right there. He has narrowed this gap from buried in the field. And as I say that, he's down on the ground. Ooh. Shipley going to go right back through.
Oh, and that's McLeod running into him, yeah. And he's kind of stuck on him. That's Mills sliding around Fresquez. McLeod gets back on the track, still in front of Mills, though. Mullins now behind Fresquez as Dupuis dropped to 9th. Blakely has moved up to 8th, and Carlin now inside of the top 10, just ahead of Devin Davis.
Oh, Fjellberg down with the lead, and we have a new leader, Jeremy Smith. Fjellberg clipped the quad into the turn and hit the deck. He loses the 2 spot as well. He's going to come up over the berm and rejoin the action in the 3 spot.
So Shipley moves back into 2nd. These guys really not wanting to share the lead, and it really would have been a disaster. Fjellberg going down because Fresquez was locked in between Shipley and Smith, and he looked like he was on rails, but Fresquez went down as we saw just a few moments ago.
Looks like things have finally settled down enough. Do a little top 10 rundown. This one brought to you by Tiger Designs. TigerDesigns.com. Go get a sick helmet. Jeremy Smith has one, and he leads the way in this 450 race. He's won an RF helmet previously. Jeremy Shipley versus PC.com, FamMX.com machine. Dennis Fjellberg rides for Verb Moto in 3rd. Ben McLeod climbs his way up to the 4th spot. Tyson Fresquez runs in 5th for Team Volcom. Daniel Mills, Tiger Designs rider, runs in 6th. Hey, give a call out to your outdoor champion. 2-time defending champ Jesse Mullins runs up in the 7th spot. Race the General Carlin versus PC FamMX into the number 8 spot on the number 12. He's being chased by Chase Blakely on the number 20, Blakely's only. And Dade Honeywell rounds out your top 10 with heavy pressure from Zach Dupuis on the Vitamin Water SYS Racing Yamaha. Dupuis, I think, thought he was going to eat it, so doesn't even get on the brakes. Slides her up into the bales. So now Dade Honeywell, Prime Design Graphics, will round out your top 10. This top 10 rundown brought to you by Tiger Designs. The battle for the lead is on right now.
Here we go. This is what we wanted to see. Battle for the lead halfway through our main event here. 11 minutes in now. And these guys just clicked on lap 10. Yeah. These guys still might get exactly 20 laps, interestingly enough, even with the timed main events.
Jeremy Smith runs a 1:11.3 fast lap. Fastest lap so far, 1:10.4 for Shipley, and he ran that last time to close the gap down. We got a downed lapper exiting the turn. They get by clean and over the triple. They go. Shipley looks for an opening around the number 4.
All right, through the whoops. No sign of any pressure from these guys behind right now as Fjellberg's losing touch and Shipley is just on rails right now. Look at the 39 go. He's all sorts of fired up after winning that championship in the offseason. And he wants a piece at the number 4 who makes a mistake.
Got it.
And here goes Shipley on the 39 into the race lead over the 4 of Smith. Smith cases the triple a little bit and loses some time. So up front now, Shipley, 12 minutes in, trying to win the opener.
I don't think this is over.
We said it last year. Shipley won Daytona last year. It was the only main he won. He hadn't won a main event since 2012. And now, interestingly enough, the last time Shipley won an opener was 2012 as well. So it's been a while for Shipley to be in this position. And he has got Smith trying to keep him honest, but ultimately losing a little bit of time here and there as I think Shipley just nailed the
Shipley got that quad,
yeah.
And Smith did not. Opened up the gap a little bit, but they have heavy lappers coming in front of them right now. And this could determine the race, how they can get through this lap traffic. First rider they go on by clearly, I think that was Andrew Wood, gets nice and out of the way. Attaboy A. Wood.
Can't forget that behind these guys, Fjellberg and Fresquez are both lurking. Still wanting to chomp at the bit if these guys make a mistake, go down anything to get themselves into a good position.
Oh, lapped rider there. I think that was Dupuis actually going a lap down now.
Wow.
Bad news, unless that was Henners maybe. It was definitely an SYS rider. Nope, there's Henners right there now going a lap down, so that must have been Dupuis.
So Shipley,
maybe got a little bit of thumb pump going on, running up front.
Shipley 13.5 minutes in. Smith, Fjellberg, Fresquez went down again, has Mullins right behind him. Whoa, good save by Mullins. All right, so every single person inside of the top 5 has won a 450 Pro main event tonight. And the only person in the top 5 yet to win a Race Factory Gaming Replica Series Championship is the man leading the race right now, Jeremy Shipley for Versus PC. And he continues to get away from Smith, who is making more mistakes in the background.
Fjellberg's, it's in 35 seconds right now behind Jeremy Smith. Jeremy Smith 3 seconds out of the lead. And Fresquez is another 9 back from your third place rider, Fjellberg. And he has Mullins all over him. That's the hottest battle in the top 5 right now for sure. Mullins trying to make the move on the number 1 of Fresquez. Fresquez cases the quad, loses some time.
Go on board with Mullins here.
Mullins took most of the Supercross season
and over the
off
bars. You're absolutely right about that. He did take a large chunk of the season off. He did race A1 last year, though.
Fjellberg actually must have made a mistake as well, because now Fresquez is all over him. He did. He ran a 120 lap time last time around. He has to go inside there with the lapper. Fresquez is going to get a run. Now he's got to go around the lapper.
That is Brandon Berg on the 193, and you're absolutely right. Fjellberg must have made a mistake because they're both very far behind your 2 race leaders, Shipley and Smith. Now as Fresquez nails the quad inside, side by side on the triple. Dualies! I love it. And Fresquez gets the spot, but Fjellberg trying to go through the pole somehow stays on the bike and ends up still in the 4 spot. Swapties in the whoops, he's down. And will actually look like he's going to lose that 4 spot to Mr. Race Carlin, who is on the move towards the front. And you thought I was crazy for putting the General on the podium.
Well, he's only in 4th right now, but I'm pumped to see it. Race Carlin, one of the good guys. Like I say, he spends a lot of time making these tracks look good and not riding him, but now he goes down. Fjellberg going to quad up over him back into the 4 spot. Is Honeywell going to also be able to capitalize? He is. And Blakely going to come through right as Carlin's getting going and going to get the spot as well. All kinds of shaking up going on. Shipley continues to lead the way, 3.5 seconds out. He ran a 1:11.8 last time around, a 1:12 for Jeremy Smith, and a 1:10.5 for Tyson Fresquez in the 3 spots. So Tyson laying it down, and we know how strong he is late in these races, so if they go a little bit longer, does that help him even more?
That could be. We're at 16.5 minutes right now, so time is winding down. We may not get all 20 laps in. I think we're going to fall a lap short, to be honest with you. So, this could play a little bit of a factor. These guys used to going 1 lap longer. But nothing matters right now to Jeremy Shipley, who's just railing at the front, just continuing to pull chunks of time away from Smith. Now almost 4 seconds in the lead.
Smith keeping it close enough to make him. He can't check up. Shipley's got to keep laying down laps because Smith is lurking hard. Smith ran his fastest lap of the race, a 1:11.3 last time around, a 1:11.1 from Shipley, so only 2/10 stretching it out. Shipley gets that quad again. See if Smith can get it this time. He doesn't again, and that seems to be making that gap right now between these two.
I don't know
Shipley
if it's
nailing it.
I don't think that Smith is comfortable enough to do it is the real problem. It looks like he's getting the triple in just fine, but he doesn't want to go for it in case he'll go down, so he's just waiting for Shipley to make a mistake, but at this point, is he really going to make one? He's just so smooth right now. Little hitch there, but still no problems, getting into the corners clean, nailing the rhythms perfectly. It might be time for Smith to put that little fear of getting over that quad behind him and start trying to put burners down to catch back up because he's lost so much time at this point.
Absolutely. The gap's now at 4.7 seconds. It has grown. So Smith making mistakes this time around, or Shipley has turned it up. We're about to see the lap times will tell the story as they come across the line. Shipley 1:11.1. Jeremy Smith a 1:12. So almost a whole second lost right there for Jeremy Smith. Fresca's 13 seconds back, unless there's some huge mistakes from the front too this late in the race. He may not be a factor. Even a 1:09.6 lap time that he's laying down, not going to allow him to claw himself 13 seconds up on these guys.
Good battle here for 5th Brewing between the number 9 and the number 3 of Mullins and Fjellberg, respectively.
I think this is about to get spicy like a Mexican restaurant. Fjellberg known for being aggressive. And he is also spicy off the triples nonetheless. Or the finish line. He's getting nasty. And Fjellberg going to go right over the top of a cartwheeling Jesse Mullins. Take the spot. Chase Blakely looking good. He's going to move on by as well. Then we find the general race car line. I don't believe he's going to get there. No, he won't.
Things settled down pretty well outside of the front group.
Crazy lappers again. 1:12 this time for Shipley, 1:11.5, so half a second goes back Jeremy Smith's way.
Shipley is taking a little different line through this first section. Does he still get the triple in? And he does, and gets the quad. Look at that. I mean, he takes the far inside and still gets the 3-4. That's a pretty tough combo to beat. At this point, I really think it's going to take a mistake from Shipley.
Oh, Shipley's down.
And there it is. Shipley down at the end of the whoops, but not enough time down on the ground. He's stuck behind lappers.
Maybe more importantly is the lappers. He got 2 of them go by. One of them was Mahan, just completely pulls out of the way. Attaboy to Mahan.
Yeah, good job,
Mahan. I believe that's Wood still left in front. Might be D. Mills, not sure. Shipley's going to have to try to move on through. Once again, now that gap's 2 seconds. Smith just relying on the consistency, and we just hit the 20-minute mark. We're going to be getting the white flag, so this is going to be an extra short main event. It's actually been 18 lapper.
Wow, here we go, and Mills is still yet to move out of the way of Shipley. He's trying to get out of the way, takes an inside line there. Nicely done, but Shipley a little unorthodox through the whoops. White flag in the air. Does Shipley have it in him to win the opener? The second time in his career he will do so, or will Smith come through and take it this time? Fresca is still too far back. If either of these guys crash, I don't think he'll have a shot. Smith does not get the 3-4s.
Smith uncorks the quad,
there goes
and
Smith.
Shipley didn't get it that
Yeah, exactly.
time.
Here we go. I'm going to go on board with Smith here. 1 second gap through the whoops. Smith just blows through those whoops and still makes the corner. Didn't gain a lot of time, though. Through the sand. It's the 3 and the 2, but Shipley still getting just a little bit ever so further away at the front. Here we go. Long rhythm. Shipley looks smooth. Smith is still losing time. I don't think it's going to happen tonight.
There's 2 riders down in the corner before the whoops.
Shipley around him. That is the 44 of Stocksy, but Shipley down the inside takes it from him and takes the opener as Jeremy Shipley wins Anaheim 1, just beating Smith to the line. 1 second gap in the end. Fresquez is all alone in third, but will relinquish his red plate immediately going into San Diego. That instead will go to Shipley.
Fresquez is across the line, rounding out the podium. The battle for the 4th spot. Dade Honeywell Prime Designs looks like he has as long as he gets through the whoops clean. And he does. Fjellberg going to round the corner and come across in the number 5 spot. Desi Mullins and Chase Blakely still close. Mullins through the whoops. Comes across with the number 6 spot. Blakely's going to take 7th. Race, the General Carlin comes across in the 8th spot. Ben McLeod will be in 9th. And looks like to round out your top 10, the last rider on the lead lap will be your 250 East defending champion Tyler Schmidt on the TBR machine. Cuts are in.
Everybody stayed the same. No cuts at the front at all. And even outside of, well, it looks like Dupuis got a spot on Wood for cuts, but that was it. Berg, Holm, Hinners, Wood, Dupuis, Usyk, Robb, Mahan, Turley, Mills, Davis, Stocks, Schmidt, McLeod, Carlin, Blakely, Mullins, Fjellberg, and of course your top 3, Fresquez in 3rd, and Smith takes 2nd on the night, but your winner was Jeremy Shipley. So how about it, Chris? You want to give us a sponsor reel to end the night?
Oh, I can in a minute here. But absolutely incredible start to the 2017 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Racetech. What an amazing amount of race action out there. Man, it was nuts. Definitely want to thank our sponsors, MotoOption Clothing, MotoOption.com, Ride365.com. Log on and buy some stuff from these guys. Please, absolutely do so. VersusPC.com, Tagger Designs, Racetech, BAMMX, Bentley Graphics, SYS TV, MotoChasin, ReadMeta.com, MX Simulator, Two Wheelers Graphics. Also thank the guys from Flowtech Racing and MXSLobby.com for some qualifying server help. And all the guys on the Race Factor Gaming crew that help make these tracks come to life every week. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, everybody, thank you so much. And for Kellen Brauer and Chris Riesenberg here at Star Systems TV, join us next week, same time, same place, for San Diego round 2 of the series. But for now, we'll just say so long until next week.